Alright, welcome back to Rostov. Left it at quite a moment last time, but we're back. We are going to gut punch Muscovy extremely hard using a casus belli that I very, very rarely get to use. Good old border friction. It gives a fairly hefty discount of 25% on all bordering provinces. We have quite a long border with Muscovy, and we're going to start chewing away at it. Assuming we win the war, of course. But I'm feeling somewhat confident about this. We have our good friend the Ottoman there. Even if we don't, our troops are at the glorious Tech 15. We have both defensive and quality ideas. And I'm just frog marching my army right the way up there to go and deal some blows to the Muscovite menace. Which doesn't sound quite right because we are Muscovite. One of the best things I can get out of this war is finally have a buffer on my capital of Rostov. That's something I'm looking forward to. But maybe I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. I do need to crush the Muscovite first. So I got all my units here. They're on supportive and they'll come and attach to me. The Ottoman is hopefully going to mobilize. And whilst the Muscovites do have a fair few friends, they are far away and unlikely to give us any grief. Especially since Tuscany's navy is busy sinking to the bottom of the Ionian Sea. So it should be great, right? Well, there is something I'm really going to do first, and that is defend my... Well, I don't know if they're going to go there, and I am tight-fisted enough to want to save the ducats. So let's call Canny and just take it as it comes. Okay. Hungary doesn't consider Sweden a rival. I bet they consider us a rival. Okay. Well, we don't have loads of enemies for now. Let's hope it stays that way. Not that I am against picking much of a fight. Alright, so where are those Muscovites heading off to? Alright, well sure enough they're going to Ryazan. And, wait, Ryazan was always a territory? Hold that thought. I mean, it's a really nice province. It's a shame to have it like that. And he's just going to siege that stuff down. How are we doing on the old state limit anyway? Just a little bit tight. But since I have grand designs on these provinces, they're going to be states of mine anyway, so I will make it so. And we are certainly getting that defensive edict around here, and it looks like they want to take this stuff anyway, so yes. Defense, defense, zone defense, we stop the goers. The goers are going down. I also have a couple of free diplomats that I need to think what I want to be doing with them. When it comes to me and the Ottomans, we are true blue. And yeah, Novgorod could do with better relations. So could Livonia. Don't know how long I'm going to be keeping them around, but potentially quite a long time, so... Can't think of... Oh, that's right, I need to get my spy network back up on you, so I'll call Canny on that other diplomat until we can get him working there. We're slowly but surely integrating Belo Ozero. So that should be a kicker. Okay, guys, make your way over there, please. Ah, they're both unexiled now. Let's make our way up in case we need to defend any of these. We have some fairly good fort defense with everything put together. I'm proud of that. I'd be a bit more proud if my subjects would actually get out of the danger zone there. But they can figure things out themselves. Jake, do you plan on forming Russia? Whilst it would be my only way out of being duchy rank, no. I like to stay Rostovian. Is that an actual word? Okay, well, seems that they've already nuked the walls here. I think they did a barrage there. That might keep them from their tech. No, that does not keep them from their tech. Okay. Jake, you have 2,000 men in Bulgaria. Yes, I do, and it's high time they returned home, would you say? Let's get them back. Thanks for the heads up there. I'd forgotten about them for ever so long. Let's make our way over here to Oka. No, to here, where we've got good supply. You guys make your way over to Oka, and then we will jump on whoever is looking most vulnerable around here. And then again, if these two come to join me as well, then I might have a lot more units that I'm actually going to be making use of. So let's dump the non-Streltsy. And I guess dump some of the Streltsy. And shove them over to Oka. And please please don't attach to this smaller stack. Alright, so they're blitzing their way through Belo Ozero, which comes as very little surprise. We're going to get our spy network back on Muscovy, because that's going to assist us with our own sieges. And we carry on. Alright lads, double time here. Let's see, you've got the 415. Get him over there. I want that speed. I can't rely on the Ottomans to save Rostov right now, but I can rely on the greatest, me. Alright, so having Ryazan right here, oh man, good timing there because we're about to hit that limit. We can just core up the province fully. I don't see any good reason not to at this point. Because I mean, hey, we're hitting that limit pretty hard. Still that free idea slot. Well, we're certainly not taking humanist ideas. I think it's time we started focusing a lot more on what a true Hansa is. A perfect Hansa, if you will. And what is a perfect Hansa if its economics are not up to snuff? So it's time we get the bureaucracy that one truly needs to have a perfect Hansa. Production efficiency, tax, and +1 diplomatic reputation. That's an extremely good financial investment right there. The clergy are a bit mad because I don't have all the everything in the world, and I'm wondering if I even have any autonomy in my country. A very unusual way for me to play that I have a fairly tight nation that is not rife with such things. But this province looks ideal to give away to the clergy. It's got some autonomy, it deals in grain, the base tax is rather high. So here you go, clergy. It's all yours, now stop getting on my case. Now let's go and kill ourselves some faux Russians. And I really hope all my subjects come and attach to me there. Alright then, they are making mincemeat here. Both these provinces are grasslands, sadly, so no great defense there. It would be nice if they were focusing on Vladimir instead. And Kashin is also a territory. I could state it and then make them have some extra defense there, which might be prudent right about now. It's not like money has been a particular issue. Jake, when's them trade ideas? So what am I thinking? Economic, then probably naval, trade, maritime. Economic, naval, trade, maritime, and who even cares about level 29? That's so late. But we have to get a good navy on the go. And you know what? Why don't we start that now? Where's the safest place to recruit a navy? That'll take quite a few years, but I'm a little concerned for Goldingen, because we do have the likes of Bremen trying to invade us. Not only that, but there is Hamburg in the war, who we had joked about taking over. Maybe it won't be such a joke, especially if I can get a navy going. Alright, this is all well and good, but I need these units to be somewhat threatening the enemy here. That's, if I get you guys over to Yuriev, and you fellows over to Moskva, might be able to scare these guys off. Preferably by beating their heads in. The Ottomans are well on their way, but I really don't want to lose my capital. Similarly, I don't want to lose all my units here. And it seems that they are congregating around my capital. Yeah, they are really congregating. I do not want Rostov to fall. I guess it's not such a deal breaker. I mean, I can watch it from afar for a wee bit. I could also bum rush Kashin, but with these guys floating around, I don't know how much they're going to jump on it. Well, they are all heading up north, so maybe I can kill these ones, and then the Muscovites might jump in to go to Kashin. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, it's the old I arrive first nonsense. However, we do heavily outnumber them anyway. The backup will be appreciated, of course. My subjects are at Tech 14 and 13, good lord! The Reykjaviks of Livonia are letting me down hard here. Belo Ozero also at 14, so my subjects are not actually that useful to me here. So what's it going to be? They breached the walls over at Kaching. Should be an easy mark, these guys. Could, would, should. Mind you, they are marching on in with their own units here, so perhaps I should make my way out whilst we still have these guys on the row. Okay. They get there on the 26th. Sadly, all my other units are there as well. Well, zone defense. It's not particularly good defendable terrain for us. But, oh, that made him change his mind, didn't it? Alright, Ottoman. Alright, we're in a good position here. We can jump on Rostov one way or the other. Best place to recruit a navy would be Riga. Do get it, Jake. Yeah, Riga did prove very fruitful in patrician for the erection of a navy. So there is that, isn't there? I also still want to jump on Livonian order. Let's have a free diplomat, because that can be pretty useful for me. No good, the Ottoman reinforcements are here. And they are thinking about hitting Kashing. I should probably draw back just a little bit. Yeah, Rostov might fall, but I can always jump on it, assault it, and laugh at my enemies. Still want to murder you, nail you to the cross. I've got that core to take, and I want to sell for myself so that I can make my way over to Visby. Because when you think about it, how many of the cities from Patrician IV do we actually have control over right now? I think none of them. We don't have Raval. We don't have Riga. There was nothing here as I recall. We have Novgorod, but our subject has Novgorod currently, and they're erecting a better fort. I hope that works out well for them. Alright, I just gotta believe in Rostov, it can hold out there. How is it between Ottomans and Muscovites? The Ottomans are... ooh. That's not the best. Actually, I think that 18 stack is going to get slaughtered. Alright, food shortage, so Rostov's looking a bit under the weather right now. Might benefit me to just send a medium stack to siege up Kaluga so the Ottomans don't waste their time. Similarly, it's of very little use to us, currently at least, strategically. When it boils down to it, there's a 1 morale difference, a 5 discipline difference, and a 0.4 the other kind of difference, tactics. That's bad. Fortunately, we'll be there in 12 days. I'm sure the Ottomans can hold out for 12 days. Not against that kind of punishment, they can't. Alright, he's lifted his siege on Rostov, so everybody's heading over to Yuri. Oh geez, this is bad. They're not going to hold out for 4 days. Jeez, they are just going to bite the dust. We're going to be running face first into that 4-shock general. Fortunately, we all know which phase comes first. I do have a great general right now. Fort defense. Nah, they're all pretty bad, actually. Forget the manpower guy. I want to roll a morale guy right now. But the Muscovites here are weakened. And we all know which phase I deal all the damage in. It would come as no shock to you. Crunch. Alright, we avenged some of our friends, but I don't fancy that kind of maneuver. Jeez, that's just how badly the Ottomans fare against the might. Alright, you know what, we can siege down Moron while we're here. It will probably fall in a heartbeat. I could use 50 to make it faster, 50 mil that is. But do I look like that kind of guy? I hope not, because I'm really not. Just hold out a couple more days, you useless Ottoman. Wow. Unfortunately for us, they have backup coming in too. Fortunately, the real backup has arrived by way of me. I shouldn't need to reinforce that. I mean, look at it, the Muscovite lines are dead. They'll back it up in 5 days. We can hold on a wee bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I will need to back them up there. Well, I'm really gonna wish I'd done that earlier. Still, we won, just at what cost? Pretty heavy cost. For my friends, I mean, not for me. And he still has some reinforcements coming on in, so that's nice. I guess we can start with some pretty simple siege maneuvers. Would be pretty useful to have some mercenaries for that, but you know me, I'm very tight-fisted, so I'm not about to be doing that right now. Afternoon, Jake, how's Rostov going? Well, we're finally going to be crushing down the Muscovites here. Fortunately, so little of his land is actually is protected by forts, so we should go and remove what threat we have. Oh! Who's going there? Jeez, that's only a little confusing to look at. But it looks like some of the Ottomans are heading up that way, so we can focus on Murom and Nizhny Novgorod. Murom has the full cannons going there, and with a roll of a 5, we're still doing it some pretty heavy damage. It's of great importance to me when the Ottomans manage to get themselves some sweet techers. The Muscovites have been thrown away quite far, because whilst they may have quite a bit of morale, that just means you hang around and take damage for longer, which is not always the best for anybody. Could be just leaving myself to die if we approach that way. I feel bad about the attrition that we take here. Hell, I feel really bad about the attrition we take here. Winter and siege. Yikes. Oh, Kashing. Kaching. Jake, my geography isn't stellar, but isn't the Hansa to the west of where you are, not the east? Aye. But there were quite a few... you're right, there's not. But another part of this is to unite our culture group, because the idea of Muscovy holding the Muscovites just doesn't sit right with me. So we're going to right that wrong. Murom will fall, the cannons will be thrown off to Nizhny Novgorod. Murom will hopefully be able to support us once it's under my control, which it will be next tick. How do I say that with such confidence? Well, I'm just a confident guy. Just like I'm confident that we don't need organized construction right now. And I'm confident that Belo Ozero will be ours before too long. Alright, I knew these guys were pretty much being sacrificed, but watch this. They're regular infantry. Who really cares about them? Our manpower is 18,000, and once they arrive... You know, I did not expect backup, but I got backup from the Ottomans, who are still at Tech 14. But still, Murom is down. We have 2 siege on Nizhny Novgorod, which is rather handy. And how many cannons do we have? 6. Well, how about we make it 12, and then we're all groovy. And I'm going to send out some regular non-Streltsy units to go and do some extra occupado. Of course, Nizhny Novgorod is going to prevent such fine maneuvers by myself. So you guys hang out in Murom. The supply is pretty high there. I really like the Ottomans force marching his way for my sake. It's not all he does for my sake. I'll tell you that much for free. That's 6 fire general on our side as well. Utter insanity. Okay. I can take it. You taking the Muscovites and the Novgorods or anything else? What are you talking about? If you're talking about what I want from the war, pretty much everything I border with him, I want to make mine. And we can take rather a lot. I don't want Luki because that's one of Novgorod's cores. Better to get that on reconquest. See, I like that. Nobody other than Muscovy really cares about me carving up Muscovy. So what else is there that's actually... Okay, now this land deserves to be mine as well. I mean, especially taking the forts, that's pretty important. There are no real forts on my border, sadly. And that's what I'm getting the discount on. Then again, he barely has any forts, so there is that as well. Pskov is a fair fort, but this will declaw Muscovy through and through. We haven't really given him a proper beating since our independence war. And yes, we did have a war where he was co-belligerent against Great Horde, but there was only so much we could do with that. Alright, Nichny, it's been a fun laugh, but it's time for you to fall. Those Muscovites are running far, far away. Somebody laughing at the idea of me not wanting lucky. Nothing new there, right? Alright, let's keep those conversions going. Wait, that didn't make any sense. Ah, well, it didn't have to. The boyars want more land, they'll get some land shortly. Even though it's cheesing them off royal. They can get it shortly. Once the war's over, don't you know? Nichny is down, we can move over to Kazan. He only took one fort from the Horde, which is fortunate for us because, well, not a lot of anything out here that he really likes. And he'll probably convert it for us as well. Well, for us. We're not going to go beyond here. After which I can just punch out things like Perm and such from him. Remove Muscovy from the map that way. So, do I really want to make my way over to Kazan and blitz it to hell and back? The answer is mostly yes, depends how much Muscovy still has left. 40... Okay, he still has quite the army. And from what I see, they're all marching in that direction, so it might not be worth our time to go on the offensive right now, when we have a couple of forts that we can hang back. Rest on our everything there. So we can hang out in Morom, it's woods after all. Probably going to want those cannons back, actually. That looks good. Meanwhile, the other peons just to carve up the rest of the place. Looking glorious, but I feel like I'm not being proactive enough here. I mean, I just really want to declare war on Livonian Order. That truce is only going to last for a few more years. Teutons still need my boot in their face as well. It's just so much conquering to do, and so little time. Tuscany's excommunicated, what a wonderful time to be at war with them. And looks like their navy is getting utterly sunk. How about those ships of mine? They're getting utterly built. Looks like the enemy has failed to do anything of consequence here, so let's get ourselves some more boats. Of course, they are simply transports, so there's not really much to be invested otherwise there. I think, and whilst it is risky, I think I can let my subjects go and do their own thing. Like, if I just tell them to siege down or whatever. Yeah, you know, it's not the clever thing to do. The clever thing is to always keep as strong control over your subjects as possible. But in games, especially games like this, I just love seeing what the AIs do of their own accord, and that's what I'm going to be doing here. Loved it in Resident Evil Outbreak, loved it in Europa Universalis 3, and I love this too. Villainous not our claim? What is this? Villainous is so definitely our claim. We'll have an opportunity to take that in due time. I will build up a spy network and claim that for ourselves. Alright, that leaves you guys just a little bit worryingly on your own there, so... I don't know what kind of makeup I'm looking for my units. But we'll get it, whatever it is. It's nice because the subjects do all the grunt work sieging for you. And I mean, do I look like I take care of grunt work? That's what grunts are for. And then again, there is Muscovy. Should probably hang around near the top just to dissuade him from coming crushing into my subjects. My subjects who, by the way, are so unbelievably loyal. They're not huge, granted, but still. I mean, normally I'm not so good on the subject loyalty front. Let's take important provinces. That's a center of trade, so of course it's going to be mine. Nice to see you, Muscovy. Terrible thing for you to die, wouldn't it? So that's all going on up there, everything's going on down here. It's just looking hunky-dory. I see Novgorod thinks that they rightfully own Rzhev. I mean, I don't really have too much of a problem just giving it directly to them, but I'd rather take it for myself and then bestow it to them. Makes me feel a lot more awesome. Plus, I'm not sure if I get the discount if it's them that's occupying it. Ah, damn, that feels good. The Ottomans still fighting at a disadvantage, but it's okay. Diplomatic reputation -3 would be pretty bad, however, thanks to all of our everything, and my ability to click the right buttons, we have loads of things bringing up our diplo rep, so it's okay. My concern was that if I was declared war upon, low diplo rep really hammers down your enemies. Declaring war on you thinking that your allies won't join in. It's especially bad when they're correct. And there we go, we were even rewarded for that. That's what I like to see. Rewards. I think these occupations are going over to my subjects because they're the ones who really want the land. But I must say it doesn't look too good for our friend Muscovy here. Really low on troops. I think the Ottomans are taking good care of what's going on there. What a shame to be you. Okay. I'm having a bit of a thought here. And it's not just thinking that I have a core here on Lika, which I honestly probably don't even want. But I don't want to abandon it. Oh well, it's a free CB on Hungary if I ever just want to beat him up for the hell of it, and that's most of the time. Alright, that freed up a diplo slot, which I could well use going around here. What's my best way into Hamburg? Is this even worth my time? Suffer between 1 and 36. So 36 is the most we would get. That would be with Hamburg. Let's take an educated guess and say that that's even more than what most would get. Let's say we get 30 around here. That's fine, because that AE can start burning nice and early. I mean, some people are just going to be hating me forever, but I don't have Germanic aggressive expansion. I think Hamburg needs to die. Hamburg have 6, 9... not many units. I think Lika would be relevant if we were playing Rise of Venice. Quiet you. I played Rise of Venice, it was not good. It was quite the opposite of good. Okay, if you are my kill Muscovite stack, then what I have here can kill hamburgers. Actually, this should be plenty to kill hamburgers. I only have 2 boats, but I'll have more very soon. Alright, you guys are on kill hamburger duty. Starting to think all these forts that are eating into my treasury aren't quite so necessary anymore. And certainly the edicts that I had are not necessary anymore. I really like how we managed to defend our lands pretty well from devastation. I mean, sure, we still have some, but it's in areas that we have just written off as thoroughly ravaged. Poltava. They'll never know what it's like to be able to raise a family in peace.